What's up, people? Let's talk about wizards today. Wizards in Ragnarok Zero Global. This is second to last. It's the second to last video of all the classes. I think I've covered them all. If I forgot about some class, please let me know. I think the next one is just gonna be the performers, and that's about it. So let's talk about the wizard today. I mean, there really isn't that much to talk about. I'm just gonna let the video play over here because there's a guy just letting his wizard auto hunt in certain places, and I'm just gonna yap for a little bit. So from what I've noticed, the wizard that you know from Renewal and wizard that you know from Ragnarok Zero isn't that much different at all. It's basically almost the same thing. The stuff that really changed is the Napalm Vulcan that deals a lot of damage, and that's a high wizard skill, by the way, which we will not start with Ragnarok Zero Global right away. But still, magic attack is extremely strong in Renewal, at least in early game, before magic defense gets into play and all that stuff, right? And from what I've seen so far, just like browsing for these wizard videos, the guys are doing really, really, really well. And I'm a fan of the wizard class. Like, I really like them. And I was kind of maybe reconsidering my choices about my classes, but I'm not gonna make another wizard. I have 2 or 3 archmages. That's good enough. So the one that we're seeing right here, it's like a compilation of different places where the person is trying to auto hunt in, and he went through, or she, I'm not sure, a whole lot of different areas and basically just kind of tried to make it work. It seems like the character that she's using definitely relies on having a fan card and having well, not this one. At least I haven't seen it, but one of the ones that I was watching also had a Vitata card. So that made the whole thing basically infinite. She could just stay there, cast Stormgust without being interrupted. The moment Stormgust is cast, she just heals herself and that's it, right? So that's your basic wizard gameplay, and that was very fun. That was very fun to watch. Not gonna lie, we're not gonna go through the entire thing here. Do I find it? No, I do not find it. Let's move on. This is actually something here that I found that was super interesting and kind of got me off guard. This is a mage. Just a mage, not a wizard. But he's in Beyond Dungeon just killing mermans and Strauss. And I was like, wait, what? Like, how is he killing Strauss and mermans with like a one-shot? With a freaking Earth Spike. Turns out, Merriman has like 2.3k HP in Ragnarok Zero. Like, I didn't even know. Kind of fun. So it's just like an interjection over here. It's a mage, not a wizard. But this wizard over here, now that's something interesting. She or he is actually soloing instances in this video, like the entire thing, all of them, using basically the same setup each time, right? So this one, well, except for this one actually, this is the GTB instance, and he's just waterballing him to death. And it's like super quick. It's a lot of damage. He kills the eggs using Lord of Vermilion, which makes sense. I feel like I've watched this video somewhere. I feel like I've seen it before and I've talked about it. But he's waterballing the heck out of it, and it's just fun, right? Then he moves on to the orc. That's by the way, that thing that we've seen right here, that's Napalm Vulcan, the damage that you're gonna see. It's a small AoE, but with lots of damage, like a very big amount of damage. It was not 129,000, it was 12,000 something, but it was the numbers overlapped in one place. But still, nonetheless, it's a very good AoE that the High Wizard gets, and Wizards in Ragnarok Zero Global are also gonna get that. Now, gear-wise, I think this guy doesn't show the gear. He just goes through the instances. So that's the Maya instance. He does it with the Meteor Storm. So skill-wise, it's once again basically the same thing. Wizard skills are so hard, like, coded in our brains, and unfortunately, they're also so so not well done, I'm gonna say, because there's like 4 skills that overshadow the entirety of the skill tree. We have this Stormgust, Lord of Vermilion, we have Water Ball, and we have what's it called, Meteor Storm, right? And then nowadays with the improved Napalm Vulcan, we also have Napalm Vulcan, but nothing else matters. So the entire skill tree is there to be explored and kind of used, but it doesn't really matter because it doesn't even hold a candle to those massive AoEs with so much damage, right? So unfortunately there isn't a lot of space for you to experiment on or with, and you can get all of the most important skills, and this is what you want to get. Nothing else really is gonna be there. You get mystical amplification, which is nowadays a buff. So what we're used to back in the day, like in pre-renewal days, you had mystical amplification and amplified your magic attack for the next spell used, and that's about it, right? But nowadays it's a buff that lasts a certain amount of time and gives you a certain amount of magic attack for that amount of time. So look, he's just soloing the fish instance. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, so far we've seen every class be able to eventually solo that instance. This guy is level 80. Unfortunately, he doesn't show the gear throughout the entire thing, which is sad. So I really wanted to see how stacked you need to be as a wizard, because usually, in my experience at least, the mage classes are the most gear demanding in terms of end game. Like if you really want to be stacked, you have to like spend an arm, a leg, and half of your ass, you know. And the last video is just this guy at level 86, also leveling with Napalm Vulcan, so that's like 23,000 almost. No buffs, just mystical amplification. The effect that you're saying, that's Soul Drain, of course. So even though Napalm Vulcan has a small AoE, it still counts for Soul Drain because it's a targeted skill. So the same that like Crimson Rock worked back in the day in Renewal. So look, the Stormgust is still doing decent damage. Like it doesn't hold a candle to Napalm Vulcan, of course, but it's still doing damage, which is, you know, it's very neato burrito. Stormgust is a very nice like crowd control skill also, so why not? It's just that from what I'm seeing, there is a small cooldown on Napalm Vulcan, so you're not able to spam it. So even if you get a very, very high aftercast delay and put Bragi on top of it, you will not be able to spam it with your attack speed and animation delays, because there's a certain small, very small cooldown that's larger than the aftercast delay. So it is what it is, which probably is for the better. Yo, the sun just hit me right in the face. Stop it. I should move my desk. Maybe let's see if this guy is gonna show the gear at any point of this video. I'm just like gonna skim through it really quickly and see how that works. Because he's leveling with this wizard, like, oh, you see Lu Yang over here, and just like nothing compels him to press like Alt Q. He's using the old interface. It's Alt Q for him. Wow. Normally when people stream for so long, there's like a very decent amount of time in which they have their like inventory open, just because their chat is always like, hey, what gear are you wearing, you know, blah blah blah. Oh, there we go, there's one. Would you look at that? He's wearing the Sakat, the Wonder Sakat, so the attack speed thing. Interesting. So either the Sakat also gives magic attack and I don't know about it, or he's wearing the attack speed thing for faster animations on Soul Drain and Napalm Vulcan, which would make sense because your character also has... The character's animation speed depends on your attack speed, kind of, like in short. And you can test it out. If you have like a wizard with like a super low attack speed and cast something that has a big animation, he's gonna be like, right? And then you, I don't know, get him to like 190 attack speed, he's gonna be like, choo. So the animation is gonna be a lot faster, which is good because it allows you to spam things and react and move after casting faster and all that stuff, right? So maybe it's because of that, but maybe it also has agile, like magic attack on it. But then again, he is also wearing Loli Luri shoes, +9. For those of you who do not know, the shoes also give you a good amount of fleet. Loli, right? Loli Luri shoes, there we go. Flee +15, critical +3, doesn't really matter for him. But it's at +9 and gives you an increase in attack speed of 7%. Wait, which video is that? This one. I'm gonna move it closer to Midgard hub. Other than that, he's wearing the Regia Mantao, the, I think, subjugation rings. I'm not sure what those are. Oh, this is so small that I can't tell what weapon he's using, but we're gonna try and guess. So it looks the way it does. They're gonna try and search for it so we can figure it out together. That was a two-handed one, right? Yeah, that was a two-handed one. So let's go two-handed staves. It looks like blue flame. Maybe he's gonna like click it somewhere. Well, it doesn't look like it. But it does feel like blue flame stuff from just from the sprite. Let's check it out. So it's for water and fire property. Magic damage. It gives you max SP, magic attack plus 230, that's a lot. Plus 5 intellect. It gives you water and fire magic damage plus 5. And your magic attacks have a chance to reduce variable cast time by 30% for 7 seconds. And at plus 7 refine even more magic damage, and plus 9 refine even more magic damage and VCT reduction. So that could be it, although it's so small I can't tell. I'm gonna put it up on full screen just for a second. Yeah, it's probably that. It's enchanted with Vit also. Yeah, it's probably that. It's probably the blue flame stuff. So very interesting choice. I'm not sure where you get that from because there's no drop information on that. So it could be like it's something that you have to make. I really don't know about it, but I just think it's a cool, interesting build. I want to see his stats too before we close. He's actually showing his skills here. Yeah, so that's what I said. So, oh, he's not even using Lord of Vermilion. He just has Meteor Storm at max, Storm Gust max, Water Ball rather, and then Amplification, Soul Drain, and Napalm Vulcan. I mean, that's what I said. Like, there's hardly anything to experiment with. And Quagmire. Quagmire is a good skill. Stats. Show me your stats, brother. Oh, there we go. So he is using 70 Agi. So what I said in my leveling guide video is that people don't seem to be using a lot of decks on wizards, and that probably has a lot to do with the gear and the way that cast time works in Renewal. And okay, so here he actually changed the gear. He's using a plus 12 double activated oak wand. That's crazy. Plus 12. The plus 7 Conqueror's Glove, I think that is. That's the accessory that can be refined. A plus 10 hat that gives you all stats plus 3 and VCT reduction. So yeah, that's crazy. But stats 70 Agi, 30 Vit, 90 Int, and just 18 Dex. Very, very interesting how Mage has evolved over the years and what it looks like on the Ragnarok Zero. So that is the oak one, right? I'm gonna check out the oak one. I think it is the oak one. But is it two-handed or one-handed? It's one-handed. Stuff. Here we go. So that is... yeah, that's it. No, it's not. It's I either have the wrong description on Midgard Hub for this specific stuff. Could be the case. Or it's not this stuff at all. But I mean, the sprite on his character screen looks almost exactly the same, so I would assume it is the stuff. But I think the descriptions are mismatched, so I think this one, which is actually the free, so the ones are bad. Okay, so the magic attack plus 140, SP consumption increase, variable cast time increase, but for every plus 2 refinement it gives you plus 1 int and plus 2% all elemental magic damage. So at plus 12, that's pretty good. But let's check out his actual item, what it does. Magic attack plus 150, SP increase by 60%. And then there is refined brackets, but this is not the same description, so it's not The descriptions of the Oak Wand actually have to be updated on Midgard Hub, so that's cool. That's cool to find out earlier. Yeah, definitely. I have to look it up and find it out. Okay, so that's good that I found this out before the game released. But wizard-wise, I think that's about it. Like, do we really want to see him just use different gear for doing the same stuff? I mean, maybe. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how fast he's gonna kill this one. Yeah, see, he's taking no damage from these guys whatsoever. Is he just gonna like let them cast them all the time? That seems to be pretty annoying. Okay, so he's not. Oh wow. That's a lot of damage from Meteor Storms, brother. And you can stack them. I think that's what he's doing, right? Yeah. So he's casting Heaven's Drive in the meantime, but doing Meteor Storms. So that kind of gives me an idea. That gives me an idea. Is it really that stuff? It sounds like... It sounds like the same type of stuff that we talked about earlier, just for different magics. Like, I wanna figure it out, you know what I mean? I really wanna figure it out. I guess I'll do that after the video. It's very interesting how, you know, he has enough magic defense coming from his gear and his stats that he's not taking any damage from the little spawns, from the thorns. That's actually really strong. So yeah, that's wizard for you in Ragnarok Zero Global, what you can look forward to being or becoming over time. And I think that really marks almost the end of this series. I'm gonna try and find videos on performers. And that's it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm kind of inviting you to watch all the other videos on the channel by saying, hey, this is almost the end of this series. So that means there's a whole lot of other videos on the channel. Just saying, you can go over there, you know, check out what the other classes are using. Maybe, you know, some items that you would want to sell them, all this type of thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it for you to figure it out, and I'll see you in the next one.